All right, Bang Bang, episode 8. Michael, Tyler, Pearl City Boys, back at it again. What's up, buddy?
I like that one. That was a good intro. I feel like little by little, since we don't have an everyday intro, we're going to find it. We're going to find our sweet spot, I think. I like that better than, hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, I like this one a lot
Way
better.
to do with that sweater, Michael.
You like the sweater?
I'm going to be honest. It's not your best.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like the sweater?
It's okay.
I like the sweater. I got some Express for like $6.
Big sweater guy.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I was just sitting here thinking. I was going to tell you earlier, but I'm just not really feeling it. It's like a dad sweater.
I'm kind of going for that, like, daddy look. You don't like it?
Be careful what you say with that daddy look. Look at me in my eyes like that. Oh, no. No, it's fine. It's whatever.
Everyone in the comments, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like my sweater.
That daddy look, why? Are you embracing dad bod? What are you doing here?
Dude, I get in such weird, like, ruts where one day I'm like, I want to get fucking shredded. I want to just get, like, yoked out of my mind, like Zac Efron Baywatch. And then the next week I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm only here for 90 years if I'm lucky. Like, I might as well enjoy the nachos. You know, it's a weird, you know, juxtaposition where do you know what it is sometimes also? And this is so vain and so shitty, but I'll watch a video on like Instagram or TikTok, and it'll be like those fucking douchebags on the beach, and they're like, 6-pack or dad bod, and it's like every person says dad bod, and I'm like, maybe I'm fucking in the wrong. Like,
let me stop you right there, and let me tell you something. If a chick ever says that, 6-packs could go. I'm dad bod all the way. One, they can't be trusted. Two, they're lying.
No, dude, I'm telling you, people like dad bods. Like,
no, people don't. You know what they think the dad bod is?
Girls like dad bods.
Nobody likes fat guys.
No, there's a difference between a dad bod and being morbidly obese, like being fat. There's a big difference, I think. I think, to be honest, I don't really know what a dad bod is. Like, if
that's what I'm saying. You see all these big, and we got big friends. They're like, dad bod.
That's not a dad bod.
That's an excuse. Stop it. You're fat. No, it doesn't work the same.
No, that's very true. I think a lot of girls, and just whatever, but like they like the dad bod because then this is gonna sound terrible. No matter what they look like, they're always gonna look better than the dad bod guy, right? Like I think if they're with someone that's always fucking yoked out of their mind, they feel an added pressure. They probably already feel pressure to like look good.
Sure.
Right? So like if you're with a dad bod guy, you're like, oh, I'm always the attractive one in the relationship. It's like Canadian people.
And I bet for a lot of chicks that's true, but do they? And that's probably for their own self-esteem, which probably means that relationship isn't going anywhere because they don't really want to be with an unfit guy. I don't buy it.
I don't know. Maybe they're just getting a head start on just like the comfortability of like marriage. The amount of couples or people that I've seen from high school that now they're married with whatever, I'm like, they both let themselves fucking go. Like, it's just the comfortability of being in a relationship. And if they're already with someone with a dad bod, they know what to expect.
Okay.
They're like,
but the thing you just said was you see these interviews where they'll walk up to people on the beach.
Yep.
There's single women preferring dad bods over this dude that looks like he was molded out of marble.
Listen, man, how I feel like this is a big thing in Canada, but how many times have you seen an outrageously attractive woman with a ridiculously goofy motherfucker or like goofy looking motherfucker, and you know that he's not, like, his personality's not that high up there, you know what I mean? So there is something to the dad bod like craze mania.
Well, what I'll say is,
go ahead. Yeah,
if they have a choice, they're taking the sculpted guy. That doesn't mean if they meet somebody nice that they're not into them or whatever, because you know when you start to like somebody, then they start to look more attractive.
Sure.
I think that's what it is.
So you think everyone that is like shredded is just like a fucking, like, they're just shitty?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like, if you meet somebody that does have a dad bod and you're interested in them,
love.
You like their personality, you guys are everything, the chemistry is good and everything, then that dad bod starts to be like, it ain't that bad, and oh, he's cute, and I like this and I like that. But I'm saying if you're taking a single girl and you put up fucking Anthony Joshua who has 12 abs, and you're fucking taking, I don't even
Joe Schmo off the street,
Jabba the Hutt that claims he has a dad bod because he played D1, he played D3 football 12, 13 years ago. She's gonna pick Anthony Joshua.
Oh man.
That Michael B. Jordan. Nobody doesn't want that.
You're right. No, I think you're right. But every time I think that that's the case and I convince myself that that's true, I feel like I see 1,000 different people out in the world. I'm like, that's a fucking dad bod. Next to, fucking whatever. Like, dad bods are in. Dad bods are cool. But again, I think there's a difference between having a dad bod and being, like, ridiculously out of shape. Like,
Well, okay.
ridiculously overweight.
What's a dad bod?
Again, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Because
Like, okay,
from,
question. Here we go.
From my point of view, there's only two body types.
Yep.
There's ripped, jacked jock. There's dad bod. Like, that's it.
See, no, I think there's ripped, shredded motherfucker, okay? There's a dad bod. And then there's just, like, out of shape guy, okay? Now, here's the thing. This is the best way. If you're ripped and shredded, you're like the guy that just went into, like you're a SEAL team member, right? Those guys that are fucking shredded. Dad bods
You're
in my
fucking
head.
Yoel Romero.
Dad bods in my head are like those SEAL team guys. After they get out, they're still fucking, like, big, but they got a little bit of a gut. That's what I think people think of it like, or what they want in a dad bod. They want a guy that's still strong and can, like, fucking take care of them, but will also eat beers and nachos.
And you can melt into their stomach when you watch a movie.
Exactly.
And I'll dig that.
Okay, right?
I don't have any problem with that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's
But
what
I
it
think
is.
there's a lot of false claiming dad bods out there that it's like, I don't have to get in shape because women like this. I don't got to do anything. They like dad bods. I got a dad bod. And they just convince themselves.
that it's a dad bod.
Yeah. Man, no, dude. You're gross. Like, that's what you are.
Oh man, there are a lot of gross people out there.
What do I have?
I don't know.
'Cause
you got a little kangaroo pouch.
Yeah, but the whole body type.
I don't know.
I was an athlete. I currently work out,
Were
but
you-
I'm not
Were you an
shredded.
athlete, or did you just play sports?
I played collegiate soccer.
Like for like the actual team, or like
Yeah.
intramural.
No, actual team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UB Bulls.
No,
What would you play?
I played JCC.
So community college.
Yeah.
Okay.
JUCO,
What does that mean?
junior college.
Okay. Nice.
And we're ranked. JCC for some reason is ranked high,
Really?
like in the world, and we were played against good competition.
Like who?
Like Mohawk Valley was always like top 5, top 10 in the country. My coach used to say, and we would just
They're
take
just
his
trying to gas
word.
you up,
Maybe
yeah.
I don't know, but like we played multiple teams that were like had real prodigies on their team that would like go play D1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. Where were we going with that?
my body type.
Oh,
Like, what are we? I think we're the same.
I don't know. I think like, to me, I look in the mirror and I'm like, Mike, you got a dad bod, like right now. Like that's what I think I got. I think I'm dad bod material.
I could call you dad bod.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm going for.
Do I have a dad bod?
You got a pouch.
Yeah, but what does that even?
But it's so-
I know what that means, but
It's
what does
so-
it mean?
It's so tough because you're a skinny guy.
I
and
feel like
you,
I'm just skinny fat.
No, you're a skinny guy, and you go to the gym, and like your upper body is like bigger, but then you have like the pouch in your thing. It's like you're like kangaroo yoked.
Yeah, I got a permanent fanny pack.
You
I
are
don't know
kangaroo
what to do with
yoked.
it. Kangaroo yoked.
Yo, kangaroos would fuck some people up. Like
Oh,
they are.
yeah.
Do you see their legs? They're like. Never mind.
Do you ever see that video of that one dude? There's a kangaroo fucking with a dog, and then that guy comes over to save his dog, and he like squares up with the kangaroo, and he punches it like twice in the face,
Yeah.
and the kangaroo just stands there like this, and then like bounces away.
Did you see the video? This is another animal. Did you see the video of the? It was a dog next to like an electric fence with like donkeys, and the dog gets zapped, and the donkey just laughs at the fucking dog.
I've never seen that.
Like a fucking asshole.
He's like, "Yeah, been there before, dumbass.
Literally.
That is funny.
Yeah, I don't know. People like different things, right? But I think at the end of the day, we're all just like fucking gross animals, though. Like we're talking about dogs and fucking donkeys and kangaroos. Like we're not that far off. Like we're advanced and we can fucking use thumbs and think for ourselves.
We're
but
hairless chimps.
exactly, we're still fucking animals, right? Like there are just gross things that we do as humans that I feel like people don't even like think about, but really it's just kind of like if you like lick pussy, right? All for it, right?
wow.
Listen, I'll lick all the pussy. I'm down. But Isn't a vagina literally just a mucous membrane?
It's a bacteria hole.
It's a mucous membrane. Like, to me, if you lick a pussy, it's the same thing as like eating a bunch of boogers. Like, it's the same thing as putting your tongue in someone's nose as it is putting in their vagina. To me, it's like the same thing.
Minus the boogers. If there's boogers down there, we got problems.
But it's the same thing. It's like a mucous membrane. It's the same fucking.
Oh, I get
shit.
where you're coming
Yeah.
from. I just try not to be like grossed out by it. But you're 100% right.
I mean, listen, it can't be any more or less gross than a girl sucking your dick. Literally the same exact hole that like piss came out of 30
Probably
minutes
ago too.
Exactly.
Because if let me tell you something, ladies, we ain't coming if we have to piss.
No.
You got to do that before.
There are times where like I've tried to take one for the team and like wanted to go down right away, and I was like, all right, let's do it, and I'll just fucking be going. I'll be like, yo, it's not gonna happen. Like,
You don't need a pill. You just got to piss, and you'll go for fucking ever.
Hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
I
could be cast in any fucking movie. Bang Bros, here I come.
And the cool thing
Except
is,
I won't be coming.
I've said this before, and I got flack for it because they said it wasn't true, but when I have to pee, I gain like half an inch.
Wait, say that one more time.
Like when I really have to pee,
Yeah.
I gain half an inch.
No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like a sponge, kind of.
Like you have piss filling up half of your dick, so it's extending.
Yeah, it's just a little bit bigger, and it's noticeable.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
you really think that?
Yeah, 100%. I
Now,
believe
do you use that into like, so say you're hooking up with someone for the first time. Do you go into that and like, you're like, all right, I need to plan this so that it's pre-piss, so I'm at least a half an inch bigger and I can last a little longer. Like, do you plan that into it? Because that'd be
No.
fucking impressive if you had that much foresight.
It would be very impressive, but I don't do that. No. I would prefer not to have to go to the bathroom.
No.
It's less enjoyable. It's like you're holding back the entire time.
Because you don't want to be that guy that like fucking
That you
pisses
are
in it.
Kelly somebody.
Did you see there's a thing going on like around the internet right now? It's that South Park episode where it's like, yeah, all you got to do is, put it in and then pee in her.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, the one that get her pregnant? It's like, well, if you don't want to get her pregnant, you pull out and you pee on her leg.
Yeah. South Park, they're geniuses.
Oh my
Everything they
gosh.
do. Or like remember when they were cheesing? Like they would sniff the cat piss and they get high.
I haven't watched those. Dude, I watched Crank Yankers for the first time in like forever. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
I
never got into it though, but I remember it.
You know what? I feel like when we grew up, we used to prank call people,
Mm-hmm.
and they never went like those did. Like, I get that they're professional comedians, but like, they are so good. Like, it goes on forever, and maybe it's like that line of ridiculous and then entertaining. You know, that gets people on there. I don't know.
No. A perfectly done prank call is hilarious. Like, do you remember the John Cena fake prank call?
No.
There was some dude. Okay, it was a radio station, and this dude called in, and he was like, "My wife won't let me go see this WWE event with John Cena. Like, here's her number. See if you can call her and like get her to let me go or something." So they keep calling, and they call the first time, and she's like, "Nope, I don't want that stuff in my house. I don't want my children watching it and stuff." And so they keep calling her, but it's like every time there's like a prank that it's John Cena calling, like, "You have a collect call from somebody in the United States Marine Corps. Will you accept?" "Yeah, sure." "It's John Cena!" Like, yeah. And they did it like 6 times.
I mean, good thing they didn't FaceTime. They didn't want to be able to see him.
Every time it's fucking gold. It is hilarious.
Do you remember they used to do a thing on I think it was 98 whatever, but it was like the Ryan's Roses thing. My ex used to listen to it all the time. It was Ryan Seacrest, and he would call people to like be like, "You've won a dozen roses. Who are you going to send it to?" And they would see if they were going to send it to their girlfriend or like some random girl, just like to see if they were cheating. And my ex thought it was real. And I'm like, these are all ridiculously scripted. Like, there's some fucking cheesy, like, can't get work actor that's like, all right, I got voice work on the Ryan Seacrest show.
Yeah.
Some of them were so ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. They're just so good. We're both big fans of Your Mom's House podcast. The ones with the fans do it for them. Like they give them content. They'll cut
Yeah.
up clips
Mm-hmm.
and they'll just play them like off a soundboard to the actual phone call.
Yeah.
Those are genius, and those take hours.
I love when people like they have the videos that they've shown and then they make like remixes that there'll be like minute-long remix songs of just the ridiculous things these fucking psychopaths say on TikTok. I love it.
Like what?
I don't remember. I can't name
Okay.
it offhand. I can't name it offhand. Watch Your Mom's House if you want to watch it. It's very funny.
It's so good. Yeah, I can't get out of my head fucking your whole vagina booger thing. That's disgusting.
Every time you go down on a girl now, you're gonna think that you're eating boogers. Every time. I swear. Listen, you gotta do it. Just like ladies, you gotta suck the pee dick. Like you gotta fucking do it. I'm just saying, we're fucking dirty ass animals. That's just
We are dirty. And I'm going to tell you
what it
something.
comes to.
This might be a little off color, but one time,
It's everything. I just said vagina
Yeah.
boogers, so like everything's fucking off color at this point.
I've been down there with some pretty questionable stuff.
Ooh, you don't do the sniff test?
No,
The
well,
vagina test?
if I get some, I feel obligated that I have to return the favor.
Sure.
Doesn't matter really who
Right.
it's with.
That's a gentleman move.
Yes. I've been down there, and I've had to gag. Like,
No.
yeah.
You don't do the sniff test though?
And then what? What do you say? Like, it's too ripe. I'm not doing it. Like,
You just go in and say, "Oh, I just want to do this now." Like you just try and speed up the fucking process.
would also be a hypocrite because I know my balls be smelling too. Like all that ball sweat.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a little bit of ball sweat and like maybe not.
I don't know, but I've done it, and I'm not.
Listen,
Now it's gonna be 2 times worse because
listen,
of what you
I
just
took
said.
I took like there are times where I almost did it and I was like fucking dodged a bullet like fucking Neo in the Matrix. I was
Boy.
like, whoa, no, not happening.
What do you say? You just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like you get down there, and she's expecting it. She closes her eyes.
Well, no, you try to avoid it before you even get down there. That's the process. You do the little fingy action, right?
Yep.
You do the little fingy action, then you come up and you do a little nipple rubs, right? With
Okay.
the fingy, right? That's already in there. Then you go in and like kiss the nipple, and if it fucking smells gnarly, you're like, I'm not down with that. It's a fucking perfected process. I perfected it.
I'd say teach me, but that's gay. Like, you know,
I just explained it to you. What do you mean, teach you? Do we need to get a
the whole
dummy?
that just feels like it. You have to be so in the moment to
bet.
do it. Like to know I'm gonna sniff this instead of just doing it.
Well,
I
I'm
just
not
do
I'm
it.
not sniffing the vagina.
No, your fingers.
I'm not sniffing my fingers. I'm sniffing the nipple that has the fucking vag.
No,
juice
it
on
ain't staying on the nipple.
Swear to God, man, it works.
No,
I
it
swear
ain't.
to God, it works. I swear to God, and it's so subtle. It's like you're not sitting there fucking, you're not on the Gordon Ramsay show where you're trying to figure out the ingredients. You're just, it's a quick drive by.
Like you take like a spoonful. We hope I can taste it.
Listen, man, I'm definitely not the only person that like I've heard this stuff. Like this is a tried and true method.
I'm not buying it.
I swear.
Nope.
Okay. Try it next time and then thank me.
Yeah, I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
It should be in the front of your damn mind. Oh man. Oh, what else are we gonna talk about?
Well, do you think that short people have to work harder to get the action?
100%. And short people, like short people, 100%.
What's
And
short?
like 5'4" to 5'7".
Are you saying that because I'm right across the table?
No, because this is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
The 5'8", 9" to like 5'11". I'm pretty convinced that no one's 5'11".
Yeah, nobody's 5'11".
Because you're 5'11", you just say you're 6 foot.
Yeah.
And if you
are 5'11", you round up.
exactly, and if you're 5'10", like no one's gonna buy. Like I'm 5'10", no one's gonna buy. I'm 6 foot.
Right.
So what I'm saying, so then from the 5'8" to 5'10" ish, I feel like it's also just as hard. Like I swear to God, you could have the shittiest personality and the shittiest dad bod, but if you're 6 foot, I feel like you just already have 2 pegs above someone who's like 5'10".
Yeah,
5'9",
I joke
like we
about
are.
it with my friends. Like, they'll pull girls just because they're 6 foot.
Oh, 100%.
And they're like, it ain't no, it's past dad bod too. So it's
And
like,
it's not like these girls are gonna fucking, shoot out D1 athletes out of their vagina. Like, what's the fucking draw of a 6-foot person? Really?
oh, you're asking me.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Like-
Short Kings Unite. We're here.
Short,
We out here.
short kings unite.
Hey, us
All
short,
my queens above 18.
Yeah, us short kings, man. I mean, we brought you Kevin Hart. We brought you
Dude, listen, Kevin Hart's
Bruno-
like 5'3".
Short King, baby. Bruno Mars. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is a fucking psychopath.
Midget.
Yes.
Well, I'm not
But
gonna say midget because
that goes back to my other thing, because if you put and that's the opposite direction. If you're a midget, you bring all the fucking the kink chasers.
yeah, but we're not midgets.
No,
so I
exactly.
shouldn't have said that because now I'm labeling myself as a midget because I'm in the same fucking group as Tom
You're
Cruise.
what,
Bruno Mars.
5'8", 5'7",
9,
5'9"?
5'9".
Are you actually 5'9"? Or are you 5'8"?
I'll say this: it's what my license says.
Okay, I'm 5'10".
You're probably 1 inch taller than me.
Yeah, sounds about right. I honestly, I haven't measured myself, and maybe I got taller. I mean, I'm 27 now. I
Probably
feel
not.
like you get to that point where I can get an extra.
Oh, maybe. I got my license done when I was what, 16.
Tell you what, the older I get though, the more dad attire that I wear. I have a nice pair of like boots. I feel like it adds an extra half inch to an inch. So maybe I am in that 5'11" range.
You got those white New Balance shoes they use
Yeah.
to mow their lawn.
Listen, man, New Balance made a comeback. New Balance was. Do you remember that movie, Crazy Stupid Love, with Steve Carell
Yep.
and Ryan Gosling? And there's that scene where he's like, no one can wear New Balance shoes ever, and he throws it off the fucking balcony at the mall.
Yeah.
I feel like from that point on, New Balance shoes made a comeback. They were like, Ryan Gosling just fucking dissed us. We need to have better fucking products.
Well,
What's going on?
I don't know if they've come back or if we've just gotten older. It's like I'll fucking rock with some New Balance. like I have Crocs and everybody bags on me for my Crocs. They are the fucking comfiest fucking things I own.
Talk about the crazy Inception bullshit. Like, we just think things are fucking ridiculous until there was a video online I saw. It was like a girl who was wearing like a skort, and she was so amazed. And some guy was like, "Are you telling me that you weren't alive when skorts were a thing? Like, you think this is a new fucking thing?"
I thought I had to be showing panties. There's shorts underneath those. Oh my god.
Oh man, fashion's so weird, man. That it like comes in and goes out or whatever.
It does, and I don't think you ever were. Were you ever like a designer guy where it's like I have to have this and that?
No. Listen, I was on the skinny jeans trend before like any fucking one else was on the skinny jeans trend. I used to get fucking made. That's why I got into that. I've been in one fight in my entire life, and it was because I wore skinny jeans.
Really? Who'd you fight?
Tyler Brown in middle school. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
At the band shell?
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, he called me a bitch because I wore skinny jeans, and he like slapped me across the face. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Down at
So
the
then we went down to
shell.
the band shell, and I fucked his ass up. Tyler Brown, shout out if you're listening
Shout
to this. I
out.
still remember.
Oh, no hostility here. Let's bygones be bygones.
Listen, T Brown, if you're trying to go at it again, I'll fight you fucking again. Let's
Oh,
go.
wow. I guess there is.
No, but we'll do like I'm not like in a vicious thing, but I'm like, let's do round 2. Like Conor McGregor, Poirier. I'm trying to go round 2. Let's go.
Would you box in like amateur stuff, like rough and rowdy?
100%.
Then let's
Just
do
like
it.
a stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll fight a stranger.
let's fucking do it then.
But here's the
Let
thing.
me make a hype video
No
for you.
question. No, here we go. Would I fight some? I have to be 100% sure that this person does not have any fighting experience. So I'll fight just a random guy, like being like, oh, just 2 random guys fighting down. I'm not gonna fight some guy that like for 5 years trained off and on, and then
I don't
like,
think they
you know
do
what I
that.
mean? No, but you know what I mean. Like I'm
Yeah.
not fucking doing that because that's you're just asking.
you'll
to
get
your-
washed.
You're asking to get your ass kicked. Like you see all these fucking celebrities. They're like, I'm gonna fight Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul is a pussy, but like he still trains to be a fighter.
He would still make you swallow your teeth.
100%, and I'm not about that life. So if it's just a random dude, 100% I'll fight him.
Why don't we do that? I'll be in your corner.
You try? Yeah, all right, let's go.
That would be fucking
Hype video.
awesome. Yeah,
I'll fight someone. Let's
we
go.
can make a hype video. I'm with it. If you're being serious,
Listen, I've been trying to. I want to get into the fight game.
I want to
Like
get
my
it.
Irish
Yeah,
accent.
I would like to train to do something, but I don't know if I actually want to fight.
No, yeah. I mean, you almost have to at least be like, oh, this is working.
Spar, I guess, where
Sure,
you get
okay.
hit and you hit, but like to be in a fight, I don't know. Not that even that I'm against it, but it's just like I don't want to take any unnecessary damage when I have like a job and I don't even have
Sure.
health insurance. I don't have any kind of insurance.
So most gyms won't even let you train if you don't have insurance, which is kind of crazy. Yeah.
You know what I was about to do?
What?
I heard on the radio that UB was like offering free dental cleanings to people that didn't have insurance.
Dude, I know so many dentists that are in dental school.
And they were trying to get people to do it. And I called them and they were like, yeah, it's only for people like 22 and under. Because I haven't been to a dentist in
a minute.
A hot minute.
I know a guy I can hook you up.
With no insurance? I don't want to pay a fortune.
No, you won't.
Because my teeth are fine. I got 2 cavities, but
I'll hook you up. Well, after the podcast, I'll
all right.
I'll it goes back to like the Fight Club, like the book Fight Club or whatever. It's like I feel like you don't know who you are until you've been in a fight. And you definitely don't know who you are until you've lost a fight. And I would like to know, Grant, I don't want to get the shit kicked out of me, but I would like to be in a the Tyler Brown thing doesn't count. Like, I would love to fight someone just to, like,
see where you're at.
See what the fuck kind of a person I am, yeah.
See what kind of chin you got on you.
Listen, whether I fucking lose or not, like, I just feel like that, it would, as shitty as this, like, I feel like that would make me feel like a fucking man.
No, I'm in the same camp as you.
Yeah.
I would like to see what my mental willpower is, like, in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be, I don't want to fight you, but I would like to do it.
All right. Let's make it happen.
A lot easier said than done, I think, because I've only been punched in the face once, and it wasn't even like really in the face.
Have you ever been into a fight?
Yeah, with Timmy 2-Foot.
Really, you fought Timmy?
Yeah, this was fucking I don't know years ago, right? We were playing like 2-on-2 football in the street. Me and my buddy Jake versus Tim and our buddy Dave.
Right. Okay.
We're playing. I'm lighting Tim's ass up. Like, back then, I was twitchy. I was fast. Like, I was just scoring every single time. And you know him, he's like, yeah, but you won't do it again, you know, like, trying to motivate himself. And I was just being so fucking cocky. Like, you're slow and fat. I'm going to score every fucking time. You better just give the ball away, right? And one time, like, I scored, and I started being real cocky. And he, like, charged at me like a fucking locomotive and just fucking... I saw him coming at me, and I didn't know what to do. So I, like, started backing up like this. And, like, he went to, like, swing, and he missed. And I grabbed his shirt, and, like, you know how hockey people, like, pull the shirt over their head? Like, I did that, and I held him at the ground.
You went Canadian fight.
Yeah. And I have him there, and he's, like, fucking punching up. And he got me one time in the face, and my just started bleeding.
Do you think he still remembers that?
Oh, we talk about it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But that's, like, the only time. I didn't get I didn't throw anything.
You went pure defense.
Yeah.
You went Floyd Mayweather
because
on him.
He's significant. And back then, he was significantly bigger than me.
Yeah.
At least 2 of them.
He's still significantly bigger than you.
Yeah.
Does Tim have a dad bod? He doesn't listen to our podcast, so he won't even know.
See, I think he's like 2 dad bods. But he would call it a dad bod. I'd be like, Tim, come to the gym with me. Nah, chicks love this. No, they don't.
Yo, he gets some very pretty
but
women.
He does.
So, I'm telling you, there's
So
something
I think
too.
I don't get it.
There's something to I mean, maybe we just think we're better than we actually are. Or
No, I don't think it's that. I just think that I'm off on women's.
No, what it is, he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot.
And that's what I say. He's part of the 6-foot club. Like, you just put that on, and they flock like bees to honey.
It's 100% true. Hey, ladies out there that listen to the podcast, leave it in the comments if you would prefer a 6-foot plus guy.
You know, I had heard through the grapevine, and I never looked it up, that there might be a dating app.
What?
Like, called Short Kings Only or something.
Is that why you said Short Kings earlier?
Yeah. It's been on my mind. I was going to look, but I kept forgetting. Where it's like any women can join, but the guys on there
have to be
like under 6 foot.
Listen, it's kind of like, I don't know. There's so many dating apps, right? But the big ones, you know, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, right, are the big 3. There are so many other ones, though. It's like, what's the pool like on there? Like, how many people are actually, like, who are you to hear about this app and be like, all right, I'm going to try my luck on this fucking bullshit app that no one's ever heard of?
Oh, yeah, because if you're not getting it on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or something,
right?
like, there's 7 people over on this one active every day, opposed to the hundreds over here.
Exactly. That's a bold. It's a bold
strategy.
yeah.
We just got to get it pumping.
Make sure you wait until right before you have to pee, though, so it's bigger.
I don't think I could put a photo of it on there. So we would have to find out.
I'm sure there's apps for that too.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I could. If anybody that listens to this wants a short king, we could talk.
A short king. Listen, man, our numbers are pumping up.
Are they?
Listen, we have a solid at least, about 50 on YouTube every video, and at least 50 plus on our actual podcast. So there's 100 people that listen to this every week. I think that's fucking. I'm all for that.
I'm all for it.
100 people that listen to us and want to hear our shit.
Yeah, we don't really have any structure. We're just bullshitting, which I like it.
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of good at it.
I wonder if we had an actual topic, like we talked about something specific
Yeah.
in our podcast, if we would get more people to listen. I just don't know what that would be and if I even want that necessarily.
Yeah, like one thing to stick to.
Exactly. Like this is a movie podcast, so this is about fucking coffee. I don't know.
Okay. If it wasn't for me being like, let's actually do this, because we have talked about it for a while, and then at one point we both got like serious about it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, would you do one by yourself?
Yeah. I just didn't know when or what, because there's something really, and I honestly don't have enough balls to like think that I could do it, but there's something really cool, like the Tim Dillon podcast.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Tim Dillon pod. It's just him fucking sitting in front of a camera, just ranting.
But he's so good at it.
He's so good at it, and I just don't know if I could do that.
I couldn't.
I feel like, here's the thing, I feel like he does it every week. I feel like if I did it like every month, maybe I could think of enough, material and enough witty things,
But that's the thing. I don't think he thinks. I think it's just him. Like, I have like a fragmented type puzzle piece, and I'm just gonna fucking say shit. And he's brilliant. That dude is hilarious.
Brilliant. And
I
also,
love
he's
Tim
in
Dillon.
a position in his life where he doesn't have to, like, he told a bunch of fucking, he called a bunch of Airbnb host lesbian dykes, and they were gonna burn down his house. Like, the fact that he just said that, like, I'm not in a position in my life where I could just fucking say shit like that.
Well, his storytelling, everything is so serious, but he's joking. He's one of those.
Yeah.
That Airbnb story, you have to go listen to him talk about it. It is just brilliant.
It's so fun. But you know what? It's so true, because we're going on vacation in a couple weeks. We're staying at this condo. We're being charged like a $300 cleaning fee, and that's one thing. COVID bullshit, whatever. But on top of that, there's a whole list of things. We need to take the linens off the bed and put them in a fucking pile and make sure there's no dishes. I'm like, what the fuck am I paying you to clean for? I'm not going to leave the thing a mess, but like, what the fuck am I paying you for?
Yeah, and Tim Dillon's thing was like, I left like 2 dishes in the sink, and I had to pay $300 for it to get clean. My shitty San Diego trip, like the rules in it were stupid. Like they would charge you extra if you were like loud after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
When we were in those shipping crates.
Listen, you are keeping us in a little crate that probably illegal immigrants were in a week later coming over the border. Like,
yeah, and you couldn't be in the hot tub past 9:30. Like you couldn't. One of the rules was you couldn't take a shower after 10 o'clock.
Why?
Apparently the noise or something. I have no idea.
It vibrates through the shipping containers. It's
Maybe,
like,
but absurd. And it's like, yeah, you could save money and, you could do your own thing. It's not a hotel, but like, cool it. Let's fucking cool it.
I'd rather stay in the Cecil Hotel where there's no rules.
Isn't that the Honda place?
Yeah, where like everyone fucking smokes some meth above the 17th floor or something crazy.
I didn't hear that.
Did you watch that documentary? It was nuts.
No, I didn't see it. I heard about it.
Elisa Lam or whatever, where she was bipolar, just climbed up on the fire escape and like fell into the water, like the water tank.
Yeah.
And was there for like a month and no one found her and everyone was using that dirty ass. Like, could you imagine staying at that hotel and then finding out, like you left and then finding out that the water you brush your teeth with and drank had some girl's dead body in it?
You'd have to sue.
Gnarly that is.
You'd have to sue.
Who would you sue though?
The hotel.
Oh Wonder how would you win? Like, would you win that? Like, wonder what your chances are of actually.
Say I stayed here. We know that this girl's body was in this water tank, which is connected to everything else. I want to get paid for washing with dead cells on my body.
Oh man, I bet that's like a crazy Hollywood thing. Dead
What?
body water cleansing.
Yeah, probably Hillary Clinton does it or something. She's Satan.
Is that based on her like using drinking like the blood of children or whatever?
Yep, at
That's what she
Bohemian
does.
Grove or something.
Yo, Bohemian Grove's a real fucking place, and that is crazy.
Yeah.
That there's fucking a bunch of rich guys, heads of companies that dress up in robes and like burn an owl statue.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's wild.
What's crazy, if you were to say that too, people would think you're crazy. Like if I was like, hey, did you hear about that place where all of like the heads of Microsoft and these big corporations and banks, multi-billion-dollar
Politicians.
corporations, they go and they dress up in costumes and burn a giant owl statue, and
They sacrifice something.
supposedly they have a bunch of gay sex. Like I don't know how true that is, but I heard it's true. Richard Nixon said it's true.
Ask Alex Jones.
But that's just it. Also, it's because he says it. But it's like it's a real place, and it's true.
Video footage of it.
So it's like, it's just nuts. I don't know. The world's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's question.
Answer.
You're living in this world right now, right?
Mhm.
If you had to live in like, there's movies out there, and like movies do a really good job of like world building. If you could live in a movie world for the rest of your life, which world would that be?
I feel like the easy answer would be the Matrix.
Now, question: the real Matrix or the Matrix? So like, you know how there's the machine world,
Yeah.
and like you can get plugged into the Matrix. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you want to live in like the machine world, like the real people, like
Well, the whole-
Zion, or like the Matrix?
You only get one, or you get the whole. You get both, where you can.
No,
Because that's the world.
you're right. You're right. Okay, that makes sense. So like the Matrix then.
That would be easy, and you could download everything to your brain. You would know everything. But then at some point, you're gonna be like, dude, I just want to chill out. I don't want to have to go in between the real world, the machine world, all this shit. Let me just fucking cool it.
Well, I guess that's what I mean. It's like
But I'm saying if that was the world, because I guess I'm coming from like Neo's perspective, where he's in both. But if you're in the machine world, you would just think you're in the regular.
well, you'd be in a shithole, man.
Yeah,
That's a terrible get up.
yeah. I don't know.
That's a bold choice. You want to be in a
No,
world
I
where
said
there's
that
a
would be
bunch
the easy answer.
of- okay.
Because you would just know everything, and you just
In the actual Matrix.
yes.
But okay, so you want to be in the machine world, but be
You
able
would
to
be
be
like
plugged
Neo.
into the Matrix. Okay,
Yeah. Think that's the easy answer.
that's tough though, man.
Why? What would you pick?
No, I just mean like, see, now I'm taking this answer seriously. You want to live in a world where there's only machines trying to kill you all the time? Sure, you can plug into the Matrix, but at any time there's a fucking crazy Mr. Smith guy that can
Are we
kill
taking the movie's premise or just
you. Yeah, no, like it's the movies, like the world you're just living.
Does it
like,
have
you're-
to be a
you're just
movie?
an extra. Well, yeah. What else could it be?
a TV show?
Sure, TV show.
2.5 Men.
All right, you just want to live in that house?
I want to be Charlie Harper.
Is that Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
Is that because you got tiger blood in your veins?
Because I got what?
Yo, I saw that. I watched that interview again with like that first big Charlie Sheen interview, like the tiger's blood, like the winning, the celebrity, like that first interview where he said he was like fucking just above everyone else, and I'm like, what a fucking guy. Like, my question is, did he have AIDS then?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You never watched that Charlie Sheen video?
I don't think so.
The one where he's like, I got tiger's blood in my veins, like I'm winning.
I remember the I'm winning thing.
The interviewer was like, so what? Like, how much drugs? Like, how many drugs do you do? He's like, I don't know. I'm just built different. Like, I'm winning. Like, I got tiger's blood in me. Like,
Okay.
you don't remember that?
Clearly high.
Oh, so he's probably so high. But Mike, like, yeah, he's a wild man. But my question is like, I wonder if he had HIV then when he was like doing that crazy shit, or like
He's probably always had it.
people gave him like he did an interview not too long ago.
'Cause
And
he was
he looks rough now.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, Charlie Sheen looks crazy. I'm like, yeah, because he's got fucking AIDS. Like,
And Tiger Blood.
This is, I mean, I'm an idiot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think it's so interesting that there are some people who have like HIV/AIDS or whatever, and they look like Charlie Sheen, and then there's like Magic Johnson who looks like he's living his best fucking life.
Does he? He doesn't have it anymore, right?
I'm listen. I
Or he got rid of
conspiracy.
HIV and never had AIDS.
Well, no, I guess
Or he had full blown AIDS. I don't know. I thought he got rid of it.
Listen, there's a thing that you can have such a low viral load that you're like you can't spread it to anyone, I guess, anymore. But conspiracy alert. I don't think Magic Johnson ever had HIV or AIDS.
Why would he lie?
I think it was a concerted effort to show a prominent black man at that time could have HIV or AIDS and like beat it and come out the other end.
When did he come out with it? Like in the 80s?
Yeah.
70s?
Yeah, because he had to stop playing basketball or whatever.
I don't think they were doing it back then.
Listen, but that was like at the peak of like that whole epidemic where like people were dying left and right. Like I think that was like a concerted. Again,
You're gonna have to say more.
This is a conspiracy
to
alert.
make me even consider your
That's all.
conspiracy.
That's my only conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm not taking it.
You're not hopping on that.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I think that's a good conspiracy.
What world are you picking to live in?
Community.
I've heard it was a good show,
It's
but I've
the
never
best show.
watched it.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite comedy.
What is it about the world?
It's
Because you said the world to live in.
it's the most ridiculous community college on the fucking planet, and I just feel like nothing matters. Like it's just like a party every day, and not like a party like a fucking rager. Like it's just you just have fun every day. Like there's a couple episodes where they have full-fledged like paintball wars throughout the entire college campus, and there's like a whole episode where they make a giant pillow fort throughout the entire college. Like that just sounds like a great fucking time.
Who's in that?
Donald Glover, Alison
really?
Brie.
I think I knew Donald Glover. I like him.
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
Yeah, he's in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so Donald Glover, Alison Brie, Gillian Jacobs, Joel McHale. Who's the guy from The Hangover?
Zach Galifianakis.
No, the Korean.
Oh, Leslie Chow.
Yes, he's in it. He plays a Spanish teacher.
Oh,
It's really good.
what's it on?
It's on Netflix right now.
Oh, really?
There is one episode that got taken off, which is there's a whole episode, like a bottleneck episode about Dungeons and Dragons, and in the episode, who did you say his name was?
Leslie Chow.
Yes,
That's the Hangover name. I can't. Kim Jong. Kim.
Okay, so
something.
Him. He plays Chang in this episode or in the series,
Okay,
but
it's a little racist.
yeah.
Not really, because he
in
is.
this episode though, he plays like a night elf because they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it got taken off because they said it was like blackface because he looks a little ridiculous, but it's clearly an elf.
Okay.
It's one of my. It's honestly, man, it's the best comedy. People say The Office or whatever. Community is leaps and bounds better than The Office. I will go to battle anytime about that.
How is it? 30-minute episodes?
Yes, they're shorter episodes.
I like that. I'm gonna check it out because I've heard great things about it.
Get through the pilot, so you'll watch the pilot and you'll be like, okay, I see where they're going with this. Interesting. The rest of the series has nothing to do with the pilot.
Because I just feel like I don't really have as much time to put into watching.
Right.
It's good because it's 30 minutes, but like a real show where you have to sit down for an hour, hour 10 or whatever.
Do you like
it is.
movies? Like, do you watch a lot of movies?
Do I watch a lot? Not as much as I used to, but
so the whole show, I'm just gonna do a little thing. The whole show is in my head. It goes through Abed, which he's presented. He's like autistic, but you know he's not. He's like a functioning autistic, whatever. But it's like there's so many movie and TV show and like just references throughout the entirety of the show. It's like a fucking love letter to TV and movies. It's so great.
I'll check it out. What would you compare it to? Is there anything?
I can't compare it to anything.
Because you said greatest comedy ever.
It to me, it is the best comedy on TV. I'll stand by that.
On TV.
Yeah.
Because to me, Seinfeld. I don't know how anybody could beat Seinfeld, but that's not really on TV.
I don't get it. All he does is talk like this. I'm Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, I went down the street. There was coffee, and then there wasn't. I don't know what to do.
That's really good.
That's literally what that's all he does throughout the entire show. I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, but there's George Costanza and Kramer and Elaine, the Drakes. I mean Newman, the whole thing.
I swear to God, I watched 2 episodes and he talked like that, or it was the same thing every episode. I was like, I can't do this.
No,
I can't do this. I'm Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, no, I'll take a hard pass on that one.
I would like a poster of something to hang it up.
All those older comedies, I don't think are good. I don't think
Like,
Seinfeld is good. I don't think Friends is good.
Really?
Yeah, I don't find Friends funny.
It's just, I don't know. See, when I grew up, I only had channels like 2 through 20.
Okay.
So the only like real station that we got was 20, which was TBS.
Mm-hmm.
So like up until I was like 18, it was like Seinfeld, it was Friends, it was like King of Queens with Kevin James,
Mm-hmm.
like Yes Dear, Fresh Prince was on like BET. Fresh Prince that's got to be up there.
It was good. Yeah.
No, it's up there.
It's not Community level.
You're gonna lose me here.
Listen, man. What's really funny? So in Community, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, plays like this nerdy fucking. He's like a jock, but he's like a nerd. And like at the same time that he was like filming Community, he was also writing his first like mixtape. And what's just so crazy is like you have to have an extra level of respect that this guy who is like literally
that old.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was writing like Camp or whatever the first one was.
That was the first.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He looks so young. Like it's pretty old. It didn't get a lot. It's like a cult. It's more of a cult classic TV show.
I thought it was like
didn't get a lot
just
of
ending. Like,
no, it's been over for a while. 6 seasons in a movie.
There's a movie?
No, we're trying to get there. Everyone's trying to get one made. That's like it's like a running joke throughout the show. It's like 6 seasons in a movie.
Remember that one movie? It was about like a fake college or something. And
Accepted.
Ask me about my winner.
I just showed someone that not too long ago. That had Blake Lively in it too, like
Really?
young Blake Lively, yeah, with something Long. What's his name?
Something Long.
That's his name. That's the lead. He was married to Amanda Seyfried. Chris Long? Not Chris Long, is it? It's his basic.
Chris
name.
Long's a football player.
Yeah, I'm sure it's.
I don't know.
It's the same guy that was in Tusk.
Oh, what the hell is Tusk?
Ooh, you never watched Tusk?
Movie show?
It's a movie. It's one of the most fucked up movies. It's a what is his fucking name? Something James. You know James, or is it James and Silent Bob?
Jay and Silent
Jay
Bob?
and Silent Bob. Okay, Silent Bob.
With the long brown hair.
Right. I forget what his actual name is, but he's like a director and a writer. But it's one of his movies. And it's like this Canadian, no, this guy from LA. They film a podcast, or they do a podcast, and it's called it's called the Nazi Party, where he goes and like interviews and talks to these people, and then comes back on the podcast and explains it to you because you didn't see it. Right?
Yeah.
It's a gimmick. Goes to Canada. The guy that he was supposed to interview is dead. So then he finds something on like this urinal and goes to this crazy guy's house. Anyway, he gets turned into a fucking walrus.
Is he in the movie or he directed it?
Kevin James? That's his name, Kevin James.
No, Kevin James is...
the King and Queens guy?
Yeah.
What is his fucking name? Kevin Smith. That's his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
Smith. No, he's not in it, I don't think. No, he just wrote it and directed it. But it's pretty ridiculous.
It sounds it.
Oh, it's as ridiculous as like a human turning into a walrus can be. It's on the level of like Human Centipede, I'd say. Of that level of like fucked up.
Oh, it's fucked up?
I mean, this guy gets turned into a fucking walrus.
That's kind of just like funny, I guess.
But like not like, you know.
That's not sucking another dude's ass while another dude's sucking your ass.
Yeah, but it's like a real, like, he gets turned into a walrus. It's so hard because I'm saying it, but like, I don't know. It's fucked. It's really fucked.
It doesn't sound fucked, Mike. I'm going to be honest with you. It just sounds kind of goofy.
I swear to God, watch it. Watch it.
Is it old?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
How old?
Oh, years. I don't know.
Because Jay and Silent Bob was like 90s, I think, right?
I think it's 2000s.
Okay.
It's a little campy at the end. There's a Johnny Depp has like a cameo in it. That gets a little campy, but the rest of it's pretty weird.
So you want to be in the Tusk movie world?
No, Community.
Oh, Community. That's right. You got anything else?
Other than Community?
Yeah.
Some of those Black Mirror episodes I would like to be a part of.
Oh,
Like
that'd
the
be hella
futuristic
sick.
ones.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to think one of the crazy ones. Doing what I don't want to be a part of. There was the one with Bryce Dallas Howard, with the one where
I'm gonna be honest. You're throwing all these names. I don't know any of these names.
the really attractive redhead that was also in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
The only attractive redhead I care about is Jessica Chastain.
Looks just like her.
I love her.
Maybe it is Jessica Chastain. Anyway, the redhead that looks like her.
Okay.
It's like the social rating. So like you would do something and someone would rate
Yeah,
you stars.
yeah.
Like that episode. I don't want to be in that one. Fuck that.
Or the one with the robot dog that tracks that person down. You remember it tries to kill him?
I don't remember that one.
Are they gonna make more Black Mirror?
The last 3 they made were fucking weird and like not in a good way. Like
Well,
the
I
Miley
watched them-
Cyrus one was trash,
Yeah.
and then the one with Anthony Mackie was weird, but he was like fucking his best friend as
In the video
as-
game.
yes, cartoons.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was strange. Though I hope they do because I watched it like a TV show, like just one after the other. Like not like I'll watch one and then come back. I'll watch another one.
Yeah.
Like I watched the whole thing, so I kind of piece them together. But the one where they had that chip in their mind that like records everything,
Oh,
like
yeah, we
so
talked
the
about-
memory.
We talked about that on a different podcast.
Oh, did
yeah.
we?
Yeah.
I can't get over how fucking dope that show was.
Now, would you want to do that?
No.
No. Would you like play it back? Like, would you be the one that like would get obsessive and like keep playing things back? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah, because I have terrible memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
See, but I think that would drive me fucking crazy. Being like having a conversation with like how it does in the show, like having a conversation with someone and like knowing you're right and then fucking re-recording and being like, see, like this is actually what happened.
Yeah, and I would get called out so much because I always argue with everybody, and they're like, "No, did it happen this way?" It's like, dude, no, it didn't. Like, I don't know what you're remembering, and then they would just like, "See, you idiot."
Isn't that crazy? How like you can have a completely different event in your head. Like
Yeah.
they touch on in that episode how you can think something happened when in reality it was nowhere near.
I have a
that.
perfect example for that.
Go ahead.
So back in high school, I don't know if you remember, but I had that O2 Gold Dodge Neon, my first car.
Yes.
That car was a piece of shit. Every time it rained, the whole back seat would get flooded. Like, it'd be like a swamp back there. Couldn't drive up hills. Thing would run out of gas all the time. I was running on judgment. Disaster. But one time, you remember across the street, like across from Chandler Street in that big parking lot where the students parked,
Yes.
I was coming down right there where that church is. And I was, you know the hill? There's a,
Yeah, on the side of the school.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was at that street and I was going to turn left to go down the hill. There's cars coming up the hill and I'm trying to like poke my way out so that I can like see if cars are coming down so I can turn left. And I really couldn't see much and I couldn't tell if this fucking chick was letting me go or not, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's two ways. It's one, either like she was like, I was like kind of butting my way out because nobody was letting me out, and then I just fucking gunned it. I ended up getting in a car accident. I hit fucking, yeah,
Long story short.
yeah, I hit Bobby Baum's mom's car, like fucking smoked it. Shout out Bobby Baum. And in my head, I'm thinking that she like waved me on, like that I
Yeah.
could go. So because I gunned it, I don't really think she waved me on. And that's what I told the cop, and I didn't get a ticket because I was like, yeah, then she gets the ticket for telling you to come. But I
Yeah.
think in my head, I didn't want to be at fault. So, like, in my mind, I see her waving me on, but I think it's a false memory.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know if I have any crazy false memories that I've planted in there. But then how would you really know, right?
Because I think it's subconscious. So, like, I know, because, like, she was, like, trying to go, too. And I
Yeah.
just was like, no, fucking let me out. And then like I started to go, so she had to let me out.
Do you ever think about how like you always hear those stories about the people who have like traumatic experiences that they like push down like recess in the back of their head?
Yeah.
Do you ever think about if you have any like fucked up memories that you like don't think about because they were so fucked up?
No.
You never think about that? Sometimes I do. I'm like,
Well, I've never had anything that bad happen
that
to me.
traumatic happen to
Yeah.
you. Well, how would you know? What if you're not remembering it?
Then I did a pretty damn good job.
Right? Like, what if your fucking third uncle like touched you when you were 4?
Because I don't really have a third uncle. Like
Well,
I don't
no,
like.
but-
I would just. I don't know if I could do that. I'd probably think about it all the time.
Maybe that's
Not
why
my
you were-
third uncle touching
that's-
me, but like anything traumatic happening. You know?
Yeah, no. Well, I guess that's why you recess it, right? So you wouldn't think about it all the time. I don't know. It's a weird. Brains are fucking weird, dude.
They are.
Brains are so weird. Speaking of fucking weird, dude, how was Florida?
Oh, Florida's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
If I could live anywhere else, I'd live in Florida, though.
really?
Yeah, 100%. Or
That's where-
Texas,
Yeah, one of those two. No, Florida was dope. You know what Florida's like?
the Wild West
Yes. Yeah.
with alligators. The Wild West with dinosaurs.
Yeah, pretty much. Florida's like the feeling you get when you're like 12 years old and you're on the beach with a whole group of people, or you're on a boat or something, and you got a cold cut sandwich with some fucking bagged potato chips on a paper plate. That's what Florida feels like all the time.
That's a very oddly specific.
Tell me I'm wrong. Like, I feel it's just
Not wrong.
that feeling is just what Florida is. It's like we're just chilling.
And then you dip, and then you put your hand in your bag, and there's like a cosmic brownie that you pull out that you didn't know was there.
Oh my god. Yeah, but somebody took a bit out of it because it's Florida.
That's exactly
Took
it.
a bit out of it. Took a bite out of it.
That
'cause
that
that's
fucking
Florida.
rum and pineapples really hitting you, man.
Nah, Florida. There's something about Florida. You know, when I got on the plane, right? I got this little kid sitting next to me, and we're going.
You flew Frontier, right? It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
flew-
Winnebago in the air.
Well, yeah, it's an Airbus,
Yeah.
but I think everybody has an Airbus now. This little boy sitting next to me, and he's like, "Oh wow, we're going so fast," and then he just goes, "And then we're gonna crash," and I just like.
Shut
just-
the fuck up.
No, I'm
really.
being serious. And I looked at him and I go, and his mom looked at me. He's like, his name was like Rodney or Bobby or something. It's like, don't say that. It was like, why? It's like, so then a couple seconds go by. He's like, I can't, Ma, look how fast we're going. I go, and then I was like, I was gonna like try and like have some fun with him. So I was like, you know how fast we're going? He's like, I don't know, 1,000,000 miles an hour. I was like, no, dude. The SR-71 Blackbird traveled Mach 3 speed at 2,000 miles per hour. We're not doing that up here. He's just sitting. What is that? You know? And then I'm just like, dude, it was a military reconnaissance, strategic military plane used in World War I for surveillance.
Did you try and make yourself seem like you were a fucking
Yeah.
secret agent?
Yeah. And his mom's looking at me like,
They
But-
probably thought you were a fucking terrorist with all this knowledge of flights and planes.
but again, and then he goes, wow. And then we go down like that. And I was like, no, dude, stop saying that. Like, he said it 2-3 times.
Can you imagine if there was an adult that said that? How quickly they would go on the fucking no-fly list?
Yeah. And this kid was like, it was like a video game to him. Like, and then we're going to crash so hard. Like, all right, dude, you're going to jinx the whole plane.
Yo, I know there were a shit ton of like well, you get back to Florida. I know there were a shit ton of sociopaths that like exist now in our like generation age group, but I just can't imagine the amount of fucking psychopaths and sociopaths and just fucked up people are gonna be after like growing up in a world of social media and just like technology. I feel like it just adds another level of just like fuckery to your brain.
Combined with being in Florida.
Combined with being in Florida. Yeah. But I just mean like that kid. Granted, kids are kids, but he probably does think it's like a fucking video game and social media and fucking craziness.
Probably.
Craziness.
Yeah. And I don't blame him.
I don't
That
blame
was
you
me
either.
when I was a kid.
Yeah,
kind of.
blowing up planes. Just kidding. We can't joke about that. It's not funny.
Or can we?
I don't know. I think we can.
Did it in GTA.
There's a lot of stuff in GTA.
Yeah.
That game was fucking ridiculous.
Nah, Florida was fun. You know, and it was funny because when I was down there, I was just thinking, like, I don't know why anybody would choose to live where it's not beautiful every day.
That's very true.
Like, I left here pouring down rain for like the 3 days. Go down there, it's fucking 86. It's beautiful. It's breezy. Come back here, it's still raining and shitty and gloomy.
It's almost like back in the, and I'm here, but it's almost like back in the olden days. I made sense because your horse can only get you so far. Like if you try to go from New York to California, like you fucking died probably on the way. You know what I mean? It's like you got killed by Indians and fucking Native Americans, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Die of
I don't give a
hunger.
shit. Exactly. Now there's no fucking excuse. Like if you want to go live in California, if you're not, you're just a little pussy that's not doing it, right? Like,
Yeah, all you need is like $200 to get a flight wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
You can find out when you get there.
Stay in the Cecil Hotel. I think it's like $10 a night still.
You could stay on the side of the road and collect benefits from the government, probably.
During COVID, that would have been the time to claim
Yeah.
unemployment for like that time that you moved.
And it doesn't matter because it's fucking 86 and nice out.
To be honest, that probably what should have been like if you wanted to move somewhere and do whatever. If you were granted, I'm not saying scam the government, but like that could have been that's like an excuse, right? You could have moved somewhere beautiful and said like I'm not working. And
Yeah, you could have, if you would have left, like, for example, me. If I leave Buffalo, right, and I find an apartment down somewhere in Florida, and I just pay, like, first month's rent and security deposit, and then claim COVID affected me, I can't pay anymore, you get, like, a year free rent. I'm just like,
Pretty much.
I'm living scot-free in Florida, baby.
Isn't that crazy that, granted you'd be on the hook after, but I mean, we're not
You
thinking
could probably
that
get
far.
out of it, to be honest.
Probably, yeah. But isn't that crazy that people just haven't I know people that still haven't paid their rent for a year and a half.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. And I think in their head they're like, yeah, I'm just never going to have to pay it. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And, I've thought a lot about this, like, recently, because I feel like there's two ways of thinking. There's always, like, the employee and the employer thinking.
Right.
Like,
That's the capitalist thinking.
yeah, there's everybody that works for somebody thinking, oh, I deserve more, I deserve this, and, this isn't fair. And then there's the employer with thinking, we can't pay you that because otherwise we won't make it, and, we can't do this because of that. There's always two different types of
Dude, there's also just a lot of dumb fucking people out there, right?
for sure.
Like, not that, whatever. There are those people who are like a very anti-Second Amendment, which is like fine if you don't like guns, right? There are people that don't fucking like guns, but those are the same people that are like, we need to literally abolish the police. Like, we need to get rid of all the people that are supposed to protect us, and then also no one's allowed to have guns to protect them from the people that are going to get them anyway. Like, I just feel like there's some fucked up thought processes out there.
Yeah, it's like neurons aren't connecting somewhere.
In my head, I'm like, listen, you can not like guns, and I guess you can not like the police, but in my head, I'm like, you have to pick and choose which one you like. Do you want to be able to protect yourself? Or
people will have guns.
yeah, exactly.
They gonna get them.
You're
They
not
gonna get them down here, boy.
especially in Florida. Yeah, I don't know. People just have weird thought processes in there.
Is it especially in Florida?
No,
Could say that about Texas, but
dude, it's just in America. It's written into our fucking.
so you said you would move to Florida would be your number one destination. Is that because you've lived kind of everywhere else?
Yeah,
Like
I've never
you've
lived in Florida.
Right, because you lived in Nashville for a while. That's a hot spot right
Lived in
now.
California
You
for a
live-
while.
Yeah. I mean, where else would you go? There's like 4 hubs, I guess.
So I
5
I went
hubs.
back to Nashville a year ago, and I would not want to live in Nashville now. So I lived in Nashville when I was 21. I'm 27, so 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's so drastically different than it was then. It was booming then, but it's so much bigger. It's so much more packed. Everyone's fucking double. Like, listen, when I was there was still like Southern hospitality, right? Like, granted, people were transplanted there, but there were still a lot of like local people, and people were still nice. I went back a year ago. Everyone was a fucking cunt. Every single person I ran into on the street, were in a bar with, like, everyone was just fucking shitty. And I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be here.
Really?
And that's exactly how I felt about, like, when I was in LA or, like, California. It was like, it depends on where you go, I guess, but it's like half the people were just, like, high out of their fucking mind and, like, didn't give a shit about anything. And the other half were just, like, fucking shit people. And I was like, I'm going to take a hard pass on that.
It's kind of strange, too, because I was listening. One of my friends moved down to Nashville.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, like, Nashville's kind of small.
It's very small. It wasn't
Like everybody seems like it paints a bigger picture. Like it's popping. And sure, Broadway is in downtown Nashville, like by Vanderbilt College and everything.
yeah.
Sure, but like it's a small place. It isn't. It isn't L.A.
And what's crazy is like it wasn't built for the amount of influx of people that are going there. So like the roads, the highway, the parking, the fucking everything. It's like it wasn't built for how many people are coming.
Yeah.
So like the fact that it's small is like elevated even more. It's just it's wild there now.
And then you go to L.A. It's like there's too many people here.
Oh.
Now you can't do anything.
You can't do anything. And the amount of people that also, man, the amount of homeless people. Great. Okay, so listen. There was a stretch when I was in Nashville because when I moved to Nashville, I had no plans. Like I knew pretty much nobody. Like I slept in my car for like 2 months, like, which that's like a thing that people do in Nashville, right? Like the amount of people who are like trying to make it in the music industry that just go there and try to whatever.
Yeah.
Like I met one of my really good friends, Spencer. Like he was sleeping in his fucking van for like whatever, and that's just kind of what you do until you get like established. Like it was whatever. It was never a permanent thing.
At like a Chateau Walmart.
Yeah.
Because I think they let people sleep in their parking lot. That's like
do.
a spot.
But what I was getting at is that there's other cities like, but now it's like there's so many people on the street, and like in California, that like in LA, that's not even close. Like the amount of fucking people living on the street is crazy, and it's not like they're living on the street and like, oh, I'm gonna, better myself and try and find a job and do whatever. Like they're just living on the street because you can, right? It's not like the weather's stopping you.
That's what I say because they can. Like, I don't know. I've only been to California one time, and I stayed in San Diego most of the trip. I only went to L.A. one day.
It's not as bad in San Diego as it is in L.A.
No, it's not. Well, there's a funny thing. I have a picture on my phone. We were somewhere in San Diego. We were like downtown or something, and there was like a street filled with homeless people, and one of the guys was like on what do you call? I can't think of the name. Like a wheelchair thing, like a motorized one.
Yep.
And he's clearly homeless, but he's got a laptop and it's plugged into the wall behind him. Like I took a picture, I couldn't believe it.
It's what's important now, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be hooked up.
They stay connected.
He was in a wheelchair, so he's probably what was the app called?
Short Kings
Short
only
Kings.
or something.
He had to check into his Short Kings.
I don't think his legs worked. I come to think, I don't think he had legs. So he's real short.
The story keeps getting crazier.
I should find that picture.
Oh man,
So where would you live then?
Like in Florida.
If that's your number one spot.
I think Orlando would be cool.
That's where my sister lives.
I think Orlando would be cool.
She doesn't like Central Florida.
And
the traffic down there is god awful.
See, if I'm gonna be over there, I'd like to be by the water. Like I have buddies that live in like Tallahassee, which is practically Georgia. Like Georgia would be nice too. Ooh,
isn't that up by the Panhandle?
Yeah, I think New Orleans would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool too. Thinking about it, or somewhere in Texas. I feel like I would get along with the people in Texas.
Seems like Austin's the hot spot. That's like Nashville. It's not very big.
Yeah.
There's more hubs. There's Houston, Dallas, San Antonio.
And honestly, like I'm just gonna touch on politics. I would like to live somewhere that's like primarily like red in the views of the people, right? And
I'm with you.
Like and granted, any big city you live in pretty much mostly turns blue for the most part. Granted, unless you're in, wherever, but like it would be cool to be in a state that like leans primarily to like my political side of preference. So that would be ideal. That'd be cool. That's why also I wouldn't want to live in California again.
I know I've asked you this before. Do you ever think about moving again?
Yeah, my thing's a little weird now though, just because I have my license. I own my barbershop and I have my license to be a barber in New York, and New York's so fucking shitty that like they don't have reciprocity with like. So the states that I have reciprocity with is New Mexico, Maine, and Pennsylvania. So if I wanted to move to any of those places, I could still get a license and not have any issues. But anywhere else, I'd have to go back to school.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing. I mean, it's just more of a hassle, I guess.
It would be. I would love to move though.
I think about it all the time.
You just bought a house,
and
though.
it was just I mean, I could just rent it out and
Few
hire
more
somebody to
years.
do maintenance or something.
Yeah. You probably have a few more years before you're gonna do that, right?
I don't know. See, I was down there and I was just like fucking around. I was looking at like condos down like outside of Miami, like 30, 40 miles.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit inward. It's not so much on the beach, but you can get, and I found multiple of them, like anywhere between 800 to 1,200 square foot condo. Like that's a house for like 100 grand. And I have like 15,000 to just put down on it. And the thing is that those condos are usually like already owned by somebody.
Yeah.
So they help you rent them out to vacationers and to do all that stuff because they get a little piece of it too. So they want it to stay
Yeah.
occupied. I mean, I don't know. I saw money when I heard that.
Hey,
And I'm
man.
all about buying stuff that makes me more money.
There you go. I mean, I'm not gonna do that, but you can. Listen, man, I already missed out. Maybe I should. I already missed out on the fucking doggy coin trend.
Doge.
Whatever. I should have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
When we talked about it months ago or whatever, because it's almost at $1.
Well,
It's at like 70 cents.
is it?
Yeah.
When was the last time you checked?
Earlier this afternoon, it was like at 68 cents.
Because I told you this before. I bought $50 worth back when it was like 0.0004 cents or something. So
So how many coins do you have?
it's like a little over 10,000, I think. But I was up to like almost 8 grand in
Yeah.
profit. Like that's real money.
Yeah.
And I keep having this fear or this anxiety. It's like, do I cash it out and take 8 grand? Do I keep it in there because I only put in $50?
See,
So
I'm
even
at
if I lose $50, it's nothing.
I'm at a point where like it's such a joke. Like it's obviously a fucking joke, but I'm like it's real money. So I'm like, do I put some money in? But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like
Well, and here's the thing. And I just saw somebody had posted something on Twitter. Like they dove into it. It's almost no different than Ethereum. And Ethereum is the second biggest cryptocurrency. Like Ethereum is endless. You can mine it until you get bored of it. Same thing as Dogecoin. Everything is the same, but Dogecoin was literally made as a meme, whereas one was made, as kind of like an alternative to Bitcoin. But they're
Yeah.
the same exact product. So
I might honestly. There's so many out there. I might just start putting $50 in all these bullshit ones that no one's ever heard of, just for the crazy chance that it, hits 50 cents.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just don't want to miss out. Like, I would hate for it to like, dude, no, I'm just waiting to hit 10 grand, right? And then it goes it plummets down and I make like $30.
That's anything though, right?
Well,
mean-
it is, but you would have more speculation. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen with the Doge.
Because it's such bullshit. Like, I get that it's not bullshit, but at the same time, it's fucking bullshit. Like, it was made as a meme. Like, it's made as a joke. But real money is in it. And what's so crazy and what gets me not worried about it is that there's so much, like, market manipulation. Like, the amount of times Robinhood's just, like, halted trading of it. Like, that's where I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that.
But you don't fuck with Robinhood.
Where else do you buy crypto on?
Well, you can buy crypto on Coinbase, but they don't have Doge. Trade Zero might. Blockfolio might.
There's
I
so
have.
many of these.
I started buying into Bitcoin on the Cash App.
How many Bitcoins do you have?
Oh, I don't have any.
How many percentages of
I'm just
Bitcoin
putting
do you
in.
have?
I don't want FOMO. I don't want to miss out. So I'm just putting in. I have a reoccurring payment. It's $10 every Tuesday. So I'm at like $30 right now, but it keeps going up and keep going down.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll. Because even if I put, a couple $100 into Doge or whatever, and it keeps going, I mean, it's still under $1. I don't know.
I could check right now.
Check.
Give me 3 seconds.
Yeah, no. I just think it's so. Granted, who the fuck knows? But I would love to just have the next big thing.
It's
like
like 64 cents.
64 cents. That's crazy that it was under a penny though, like not too long ago.
Under 1,000, like under 100th of a penny.
That's so crazy. Like that's crazy. Wasn't a bunch of TikTokers?
I think initially, yeah. or Redditors. Somebody, I think Reddit made it pop, but it was brought to life from TikTok. I don't know,
Like, that's
but I'm
just
involved in it now. Well, I have been.
like if someone had like 100, like, because it wouldn't have been so crazy. Like if you put what, a couple $100s in, you could have had what, 100,000 Dogecoins.
If it hits $1.
But I mean, like, I just mean like when you bought it like the hundredth of a penny. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you put
Oh yeah.
if you put like $500 in, you could have,
A million Dogecoin.
and then having it at a penny or $1 gets up to $1. It's like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, who would have fucking known?
Yeah.
I don't know. This
It's
fucking
like that a
world is
lot
weird.
too. Like I don't know anything about NFTs.
No idea what that even is.
Really, a non fungible token.
Nope.
It's like you own an actual thing without owning a physical thing of it. I don't get it, but
See, and that's
in Top Shots,
I understand how stocks work, right?
Yeah.
Where you're pretty much funding, this company, and you're investing money in it, and whatever, you get the money back. I get that. I get the concept of that. With crypto and all this shit, because you can't. Granted, places now are taking crypto, right? But it's not like it's a thing that you can use to. You're betting that at some point you're going to be able to use it, right? Like that's the whole draw of it. Because it's not like,
well, I think when
you
you
know
put
what I
it
mean?
like that,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you're not like you're putting money into fucking Dogecoin, and Dogecoin, the company, or Dogecoin, anything is going to do anything. Like, you're putting this money in with the intent that this coin is going to be able to use for something else later, right? Like, otherwise,
think
there's no fucking point to it.
I think more so with Bitcoin. Like, I don't know if you can actually buy much, if anything, on Bitcoin, like to pay in Bitcoin.
It depends on the company. I think Tesla, you can buy a Tesla with a fucking Bitcoin.
Okay, so a couple
Right.
here and there or something. Dogecoin, it's almost like everybody buy it, will all cash out. Some people will lose, but like I don't think anybody's expecting to be like, dude, can't wait to go to a New York Knicks game because 2023 we got all this Dogecoin.
But I guess my question is then, what is the fucking point? Like, this is me trying to be serious. Like, I don't understand the point. Like, when Bitcoin first, when I started, Bitcoin was used a lot on like the quote unquote dark web. Like, people used it as like because it wasn't regulated, it wasn't tracked. Like, you could buy and sell things that you wouldn't be able to do, right? Like, I understand that aspect of it.
Yeah, and the
But
Silk Road.
But all these extra cryptocurrencies, like, I don't understand, and that's where the hesitation from me comes into. Like, my money, like, I use my money to pay my rent and like to pay my bills and things that are tangible to me. Putting money in this invisible like bullshit currency that who the fuck knows? Like, if the government was to tomorrow be like, listen, cryptocurrency like Dogecoin's never going to be a thing, that
They don't have any say in it though.
But that's just it. Like, you're betting on like this thing to just be above everything, right? Like, you're betting on this cryptocurrency to be above every government agency or government.
With other people, I think the draw is if we all invest in Bitcoin and we all have Bitcoin, then the dollar value kind of like it decreases because it's all in cryptocurrencies. So now it forces the banks to open up a wallet, and it forces everybody to have like to be able to use it.
Right, but then wouldn't that just be money at that point? Like, wouldn't that?
But
just
it's
be,
decentralized. The government can't fuck with inflation or
think they-
interest rates
you
or
don't-
anything.
Right.
I don't know the science behind any
Okay,
particular
but then-
cryptocurrency, but
And I know this has gone on a tangent on cryptocurrencies, but with Bitcoin, because you can't make any more Bitcoins, I get that. So you can't like fuck with inflation and dilution. But with like Doge and like Ethereum, the way you described it, you can just make more fucking coins.
yeah,
It's the same thing.
it takes work. But yeah,
Sure, but it's the same thing, right? It's dilution. It's
well, Ethereum, and I don't know. I mean, there's so many like Litecoin, all that different shit. I don't know if they're all the same or if they all have caps. But I like to think of Doge as like a petty currency. Like it's to prove that you could do something similar because all the big wigs are with cryptocurrency. So it's like it's the man versus the people. It's GameStop versus the hedge funds.
okay.
The same thing to me. Like it's the people's coin, Dogecoin, and then there's the big wigs and and anybody else that wants, the big bankers and heads of company is Bitcoin.
I
If that
get
made
it.
any sense.
No, I get it, but I also just don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? It just
Oh yeah, I don't know either.
I
But
wish I would have put in $500 when it was 0.004. But then I wouldn't be able to tell myself to do that because I would have been like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
yeah, like I said, I put in $50 because what do I care if I lose $50?
Yeah.
If it does anything, cool. If it not, I just bought a dinner for two, which catch me on Short Kings only dating app.
All right, T. Anything else you want to say to the fam out there?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. As always, you can check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are available. Check us out on YouTube. Give Tyler a like. And people were trying to crowdsource some money for your tires. You don't hydroplane on
Oh,
YouTube.
really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
On that note, have a good night, everyone.